Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
Kpop news. NewJeans Psycho Bunnies trend. TXT Callout. Baby Don't Cry controversy. 2 billion won idol lawsuit.
Fine. You don't like me? Okay, bye. You
Bye.
don't like me? Then why?
So good.
K-pop is shaking this week, and I'm here with the mess. From a girl group debut teaser sparking outrage, to TXT's director throwing designer shade at Gravity, to HyunA randomly bringing up 4-minute and confusing the entire fandom. Yeah, we're unpacking everything. Oh, and NewJeans fans being called Psycho Bunnies. What is going on with that fandom war? And Haknyeon just pulled the UNO reverse card on his agency with a W2 billion lawsuit. Yo, it's chaotic, dramatic, and kinda iconic. So grab your bubble tea, hit that like button, and comment your hottest take below, because my goal is to hit 50. Let's get into it.
Baby Don't Cry. Debut teaser backlash explain. Here's why people are mad. Why are they mad?
So, Baby Don't Cry, a brand new girl group under PSY's label P Nation, produced by IDL Soyeon, is already deep in hot water before they've even debuted. On June 20th, KST, the group dropped the MV teaser for their debut.
Oh, I saw this. You guys shared it on Discord. The wrapper looks like a condom wrapper, and they eat it, open and eat it, but it's a candy inside. But I think they knew what they were doing. It's definitely they used the condom looking wrapper for a reason, to create controversy. They knew what they were doing.
But no one knew that was just a candy.
No, well, look at it. Does it look like a candy to you?
But if I was like there, I would know it's a candy. If it was a popular candy.
Okay, that's fair, but
But you're saying in general, like internationally
yeah,
speaking?
I mean, they could have used any candy, like a like why this candy? Why you couldn't use another pop? Oh, all candies in Korea are like that? You mean to tell me? Because you could use like any other, like like a regular candy wrapper, put it there, fine, like a Reese's cup, but or Snickers. No, they used this, and they knew what they were doing. They did it on purpose, which any publicity is good publicity. So I don't, I get it.
Debut single, titled F Girl. Yes, F Girl. I'll give you a second. The teaser. It showed
And okay, I didn't catch the part about the title. So even if the title means F girl, this is definitely they knew what they were
with one of the
doing.
members walking up to a store clerk, placing a small packet on the counter. He gives her the stink eye. She opens it, and it's just candy. Harmless. Not quite. The packet looks like a condom wrapper. And this, friends, is where things go left. Now here's the kicker. 3 out of the 4 members in this group are minors, literal teenagers, babies in the K-pop game, and
The
yet here they
shape
are.
of it is like, okay, that's weird for the candy to be this shape. But the thing is, I don't know.
I've seen lollipops to be that shape, but there's a stick sticking out.
Yeah.
So I've never seen a candy be that shape. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing.
But that's like, for the adults, like to have that dirty mind to see that. But for everyone, I don't know. Because, they do these kind of sexual innuendos in even kids' cartoons too as well.
Yeah. There is, you just as a kid you don't understand,
You
but
don't
then
understand
when you watch it as an adult, you're like, what the fuck was
Yeah,
this? What I was
yeah.
watching as a kid.
Holding a fake condom on screen while singing a song called F Girl. It's giving shock value. It's giving edgy for clicks. But most of all, it's giving what the hell were y'all thinking? Some fans tried to defend it, calling it bold or empowering. And sure, if the group was made up of adults,
I don't know if it's empowering per se. I would say it's they know what they're doing, but
I think
empowering, I don't know what the fuck they're
means,
empowering.
Like for example, like how guys can be F boys, so ladies being F girls
They
too.
can be F girls, all right, and they can buy condoms. I don't have no. I just
Yeah.
so what? Women buy condoms is empowering now. That was like I thought that was just a regular thing. I don't
know. It's always assumed that guys purchase it, but I feel like ladies are the
I
ones
feel
who are
like-
purchasing it.
I feel girls too. Like if they
Care about protection.
Yeah, I mean, why would they want protection? Anybody, I think both genders should have it. Honestly, I don't really see how that's a gender thing.
this would actually be kind of iconic. A tongue-in-cheek, ear-gaff feminist anthem about reclaiming labels. Cool, but minors. This ain't it. The message might be empowerment, but the delivery is off. Way off. Like, who exactly are these teens empowering? Other teens? Adults? Twitter feminists? Because I guarantee
I'm tired of these minors narratives. It's like, guys, we gotta stop with this bullshit. Teens have sex. It's not the end of the world.
but you don't see people actively promoting teens to have sex. If anything, two teens,
But
they always
they're-
promote safe sex. or no
Exactly,
sex
you're
at
right.
all.
You
But
absolutely, you
if
just, you
they,
nailed it. You just
but
nailed it.
hold on,
No,
wait,
no
wait, no,
backpedaling.
stop. I was talking. Even though safe sex, but considering how conservative that environment is, I don't think safe sex for them is no sex.
Yes, people are promoting safe sex for teenagers. This is promoting safe sex using condoms. Everything is great. There's no commotion here.
Guarantee you, minors shouldn't have to carry the weight of edgy feminist icons before they can even vote. Now here's my honest take. Maybe Soyeon thought she was giving us another XD moment. You know, controversial title, cheeky concept, deeper message. But there's a difference. IDL members are adults. When they sing about owning their sexuality or breaking gender roles, it hits.
The thing
Because
is,
they understand it.
What's
They live
awkward, I would say, is not really them saying these are not their thoughts. This is like an adult putting these thoughts for them to sing, which is weird.
I think, well, first of all, we don't know the lyrics. We don't know what they're gonna say. F could just be a letter. You know, it could be A girl, B girl, C girl, G girl, whatever. I think honestly, I think this is much better and more age appropriate than girls like 15, 16-year-old dancing with their skirts so low that their asses are hanging out. So I feel like we've definitely seen worse, like when they're trying to sexualize these young girls. This to me, it's nothing.
it. They're grown. These rookies, they're just getting started. They don't even know what that message is yet. And if you don't understand the meaning behind the words you're
I feel like
singing,
it's
how do you expect to move people?
start.
How can you convey emotion or
It's
authenticity?
like, yeah, it's just okay. The words now, okay, you did this, now next step, because we gotta go bigger than what we did before. So what's gonna be the next bigger thing to do than what
Next,
we did
they're
before,
gonna be
you know?
covered in slime
That's the
and
thing.
on the breaking out of
you
the egg.
because everyone wants to be creative and everyone wants to be edgy, so they up the ante at the cost of like these girls who may in the future regret, like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that because adults in the room told me to do that.
It's not a condom. You gotta stop. It's a candy, okay?
I understand that, but obviously there's a sexual innuendo that they kind of want to pass.
Yeah, but it's a candy.
It's like giving a 14-year-old a Shakespeare monologue about betrayal and expecting tears. Like, girl,
I
you
think
haven't
that's
even
why-
dated yet. Music.
You know, there's parents that are against posting their kids because of the fact that when the kid grow up, they look at what's posted online of them. They don't like what parents post of them. It's like, I did not authorize that. Like, I don't want this type of content out there of me.
That's fair.
And what if I don't want to
Okay.
do this in the future and I want to do something else? I can't be taken seriously because I was with a condom and now they say I was a ex porn star and now I cannot do anything serious.
I
you
mean
know?
that's fair, and we didn't have this problem when we were growing up, so I can't
Exactly.
relate to that. But what you're
Exactly.
saying, I get it. You know,
The kind that sticks is real. It's lived. Adele, Amy Winehouse, even IU when she sings about heartbreak. It resonates because there's truth in it. You don't need a gimmick or a fake condom wrapper to move people. And look, I'm not hating just to hate. I'll give Baby Don't Cry a chance. Because I do like Soyeon's production style. I mean, Idle's discography, bangers. But if you're going to launch a whole new girl group, maybe don't copy-paste. IDL 2.0 into kids' hands. Same melodies, same concept, same sass. It's giving recycled. Give these girls
And also,
their own
it looked
voice,
like it was a
their
piece
own
of
story,
gum.
their own identity. Let's stop
Doesn't
dressing kids
matter.
up in grown-up messages they
wasn't a
can't carry.
condom, that's what
Because
matters.
empowerment, that's not about controversy. It's about authenticity.
That's just a shaky line.
Do
What
you-
if it was a shape like a ring or something like that, like a candy drop?
TXT's director shades gravity. Plagiarism drama explodes online.
Okay, buckle up Kpop fam, because this tea is hot. Hybe's creative director, Min Chae, you know, the one who worked on some of BTS and Jin's visuals, and recently helped create Byungwoo's Panic mixtape concept for TXT, just dropped what fans are calling a low-key jab on her Instagram. She posted a throwback photo from her work with Byungwoo's Panic visuals, with a caption that simply read, "Authenticity and sincerity." Oof, that's all she said, but that one line sent K-pop Twitter and forums into full meltdown mode. Why? Because it just happens to come right after Gravity dropped their new concept photos. And netizens are saying the aesthetics look a little too familiar,
What?
from the color grading, styling, vibe.
What? The person didn't mention gravity. How can you say they're throwing shade? They just said, "Oh,
Well, they kind of put pictures side by side, look comparison.
that's not the person did it. That's just random fans online."
In the emotional tone, many fans think Gravity's new shoot gives off major Panic deja vu. But here's the twist. The photographer for both concepts is reportedly the same. So now
There we go again. The same person did the same photos. Yes, that's their style. Come on.
Fans are debating. Wait, if it's the same photographer, is it really copying? Maybe it's not the visuals, but the creative direction she's talking about. The director plans the story, vibe, and styling. That's
Although, admittedly, the visuals are similar. Like, this is one of the better comparisons. We've seen way worse reaches than this. This is not that far of a reach for like copying. I would say these are very similar. Like one of the most similar we've seen in these cases, I would say. But it's still the same director, so it's like the same. And we got a Jenny versus XG. This music video is very similar, but it's like, yeah, it's the same director. So like, what you gonna do?
the photographer's job. Some fans are totally here for Minchae's shady moment. She has every right to protect her work. This happens way too often. K-pop is a copy machine sometimes. I get why she's frustrated.
Yeah, I don't blame the person. The person has their opinion too, like to post that. If they are shading, I don't. That's a little bit of a reach too. But if they are shading, I don't have a problem with that.
But others are calling her out. Hype has done the exact same thing to smaller artists. The hypocrisy is insane. Why are you targeting Kravitz?
Hybe may have done that. Doesn't mean she has participated in that. So you know.
When it's not even the same team. And let's not forget the Gravity fans caught in the middle, saying, "This is disappointing. I love the members and want to support them. But this whole plagiarism talk is making things messy. They're finally gaining attention, and now this. Whether it was shade or just an innocent memory post, it's got the fandoms arguing, and once again, it raises a bigger question. Where's the line between inspiration and imitation in K-pop visuals? Let me know what you think. Is this a valid call-out or just unnecessary drama?"
Why you want to skip this? We watched Kpop. Why do this?
I maybe like quickly go through it to see if there's anything good.
So let's talk about HyunA. Yep, that HyunA. The solo icon, former 4-minute member, bubble pop era legend, who just suddenly remembered her old group existed for the first time in 9 whole years. Plot twist, it wasn't just a random nostalgic post. On June 18th, HyunA posted pics celebrating 4 Minute's debut anniversary. But this isn't just any throwback moment. It's the first time in nearly a decade that she's even publicly acknowledged the group since they disbanded in 2016. That's already raising brows. But wait, it gets juicier. A few months ago, HyunA got married to former Beast highlight member Young Jun-hyung. Yep, him. The one whose name has been linked to the Burning Sun scandal. Her decision to marry him sparked major backlash and a huge dip in public support. Even her fans were like, "Girl, really?" And if that wasn't enough awkward energy, none of the 4-minute members were seen at the wedding. None. Zero. Zilch. Not even a like or emoji. That's not just missing the RSVP. That's, we're not involved in this mess level of distance. Now suddenly, bam, HyunA posts a celebration. Fans online weren't feeling it. One commented, "Flopping so bad she gotta acknowledge the group." Another dragged her with, "When you almost hit rock bottom, that's when you reflect on the past." Who the internet has no chill. Even Namji Hyun, former leader of 4 Minute, subtly stepped in to do damage control. She posted a group photo and said she personally contacted the members. Diplomatic queen. Now look, I used to love HyunA. Bubble Pop was on replay. Red, certified bop. Even post 4 Minute, she was still doing her thing, but after 2020-ish, something changed. The music lost its edge, the visuals got heavier, and honestly, it stopped feeling fresh. It's not even about her personal life. Date who you want, marry who you want. But when your career's tanking and public perception is in the gutter, suddenly clinging to your old group feels less like nostalgia and more like a last-ditch.
It's weird, but I understand her too at the same time.
Okay, so we don't know. There multiple things can be true. Like she could be because she flopped because we reacted to the release. The release was kind of whack. Maybe that's why, but maybe she just remembered the group, or maybe she just met one of the group members randomly ran into on the street, and they decided to go have a little coffee or lunch. They caught up, and she's like, "Oh, good old days. Let's post some. We can't."
They don't have to repair their relationship in front of the world.
Yeah.
But I think there may be something behind the scenes going on, because this is kind of random.
Yeah, it's random. I don't know if we can say that because of she flopped, she's posting this now. That's
Because she would have posted a while ago.
Yeah, because that trial was like 2 months ago or
Yeah.
so. Anyway, let's move on. Psycho Bunnies trend. NewJeans fans drag for switching sides after court loss. Oh, they switched sides. Well, that's fake fans. You gotta be ride or die.
Let's talk about the fandom chaos.
Actually, no, I'm tripping. Don't be ride or die. If you follow the logic.
Unfolding around NewJeans. And no, we're not
So
sugarcoating it.
when a basketball team
courtroom-
is failing, you jump to the winning team.
Well, no, this is not about winning or lose. This is about like what's right or wrong. This is completely different. I'm not saying that if the group is failing, but what their NewJeans is trying to do is clearly wrong. There's no like.
Okay, you went too deep. That was so
drama between
lighthearted.
Min Hee-jin and Hybe. NewJeans fans are
Sound
being
like
slammed online.
what you call it?
And not just by trolls.
Virtue warrior
Some
justice
netizens
person.
are calling out fans who
Rabbi.
once loudly backed Min Hee-jin, only to now crawl back to supporting NewJeans under a door, as if nothing ever happened. One brutal comment on a Korean forum is going viral. They coined the term Sape Togiden, or Psychobunnyz.
I don't think as if nothing ever happened. I think the people are starting to realize, okay, if NewJeans go down this route, there will be no NewJeans. So they want NewJeans. So this the only options for NewJeans to be NewJeans is to go back to Ador.
And would be good too for the fans supporting him to go
Yeah.
back in a way.
A
Because it could
savage
be
twist
ego.
on the fandom's nickname, Bunnies. They're accusing fans of acting like sociopaths.
I definitely feel like if the bunnies start calling for them to go back, they would have to go back. Because if they lose bunny support with them, what are they doing this for? They're gonna have no fan base.
Switching sides without shame or accountability, and pretending their past behavior just didn't exist. According to critics, when things looked good for Min Hee-jin in court, these fans were all in. But the moment her legal arguments started crumbling, they flipped faster than a K-pop photo card on eBay. Some even dragged HYBE idols through the mud back then.
I don't think we should make fun of these people. I think there's nothing wrong with people changing their minds as more information comes out. Like what they're starting to see, okay, that the court's really saying that NewJeans is wrong. Maybe I missed something. They go back and think about it, and there's nothing wrong with reflection and making a different decision.
And now they're like, let's go back to Ador. Yeah, netizens aren't having it. Comments are harsh. One said, these fans are even dumber than NewJeans. Another added, they trashed HYBE non-stop, harassed other idols, and now they want a reunion tour. Ouch. It's turned into a full-blown war on forums like...
the perspective of, now they want to have it their way and think they could just act like they didn't do anything wrong. Name call, bullied people for their point of view, because there was a lot of bunnies trying to sabotage and take down creators and people who were telling what was come to be right the whole time. So I guess what should happen is that they own up to their ways being wrong and kind of do something in effort to show remorse for how they handled and went about the situation, because how they went about it was a little bit too much.
I would say they should come out and apologize. Like before you switch sides, you would have to apologize. Yeah, I was wrong, and then you can switch sides. Yeah, but you're right. The person should apologize, especially if they were like dragging others.
But there was a list of people to take down.
Yeah. I think they should apologize. Just say, I was wrong. I was, my judgment was clouded. I was biased. It's not just you just that, and then you can switch sides.
With fans loyal to Min Hee-jin on one side, and those who just want to support NewJeans as artists on the other. The court case may have ended for now, but this fandom fracture, still wide open. At the core, this mess shows how parasocial loyalty can turn really toxic, especially when people feel like their side lost. So yeah, fandom isn't just about streaming music anymore. It's a battleground of pride, projection, and sometimes hypocrisy.
Haknyeon versus 100, $2 billion won lawsuit and idol betrayal explained.
Hey everyone! Today's video is not just about another idol leaving their group. This is about one of the most intense and emotional idol versus agency battles we've seen in a long time. Haknyeon from The Boys says he was forced out, falsely accused, and now they want him to pay $2 billion KRW. That's nearly $1.5 million USD. But he didn't stay silent. He released a full, raw, emotional statement, and today, I'm gonna break down everything he said, word for word, give context, and tell you what it really means for K-pop idols, agencies, and the industry. Let's go! Haknyeon was reportedly seen with former Japanese AV actress Karara Asuka while in Japan. Soon after, rumors spread online that he was in a romantic or even inappropriate situation with her. Some Korean media and netizens jumped straight to accusations of prostitution without any solid proof. Then boom, his agency 100 announces Haknyeon has departed from The Boys. His exclusive contract is terminated. People were shocked. It all happened so fast. Now here's where things flip. Haknyeon came back hard with a full Instagram post. Let me walk you through the full translated statement so you can understand exactly what he said. Hello, this is Haknyeon. I've already made it clear that I have not committed any illegal acts. Despite this, some reporters and media continue to write malicious articles. I will be taking both civil and criminal legal action against those responsible. If there is evidence of prostitution, I ask you to disclose it immediately. I have never left the group, nor have I ever agreed to terminate my exclusive contract. The agency is claiming there is a reason for contract termination, even though no such grounds exist in the contract. They are acting as if
That's right.
Rap for who?
I mean, if there's reason for the agency to terminate the contract, why would they just say that just to say that?
I think there's two things, right? One is enough proof in the court of law, and another proof is okay, enough proof where we don't want to deal with this. Because like I feel like if there's a text message saying, oh, he prostituted or whatever, that's maybe enough to fire for a company, that, oh, fuck, I don't want to deal with this
What do
bullshit.
you mean he admitted to a crime?
Well, not him, somebody else snitching on him saying he did this.
Oh, just
Yeah.
he did this.
Yeah,
No
he did
evidence?
this. Oh, I don't know the evidence. I don't know what the evidence would be, but just
Picture.
of what them being on the bar together. That's not enough, but okay. If I just something like that, it's okay for not okay. I think he's obviously suing for it, but I can see the label saying that okay, this is too much bullshit. Oh, this is gonna be bad. We don't want to no fallback from this, so they just let him go. But in court, like if he would not get charged for prostitution based on that evidence. No fucking way. So I think there's the two separate things. Now, when he sues them, I don't know if that's gonna be valid proof. Unless, like, to me, the valid proof would be literally the whole video of them having sex in exchange of money. That's the only proof I would accept that okay, it happened. Either that or the lady comes out and say, yeah, I did that. But I don't see the ladies doing that because that incriminates her. Why would she do that? So to me, there has to be a video. If there's no video, I don't see how you can actually prove it in the court, under the court of law, where he would be okay punishable by prison. Because it's just what proof can there be aside from the video? Because you have to prove two things: money exchange hands, and three things: money exchange hands, sex was had, and the money that exchange has what was to pay for sex. That's three things you have to prove.
I don't know if you have to have sex for it to get the charge. I think even the intent.
Okay, intent to solicit, that's a different charge. Okay, fine. I don't know if the punishment is the same. Intent to solicit versus actually doing it is the same. Now, that'd be interesting to look at. That's fair. But still, intent to solicit still has to be some sort of conversation record that he intended to do it. That's a lesser charge though, but okay, that's a little easier to prove. I will say that. Yeah, the sex don't have to be had, the money don't have to exchange hands. There's have to be like him offering to pay her, and she says no. Okay, that's a little different
also,
perspective.
you have to keep in mind that he's not a regular person. She's not a regular person. This is gonna look interesting when two interesting people are together, man and woman. Already the assumption, something's going on. There's an age difference, so they stand out as two people being together.
The girl looks young.
But people must know her, or if she may be known.
I don't know.
So if I was like a paparazzi, I'm gonna keep my eye on this. I'm gonna record this.
The intent is easier to prove. You're
They're
right.
in public.
But the just charge here we're talking about, we're not saying intent to solicit. We're saying he solicited. If there was intent to solicit,
Well, it seems like someone captured good evidence because you have two interesting people together at a club.
I need to see this evidence.
They want everyone's gonna jump to conclusion that something more can possibly go down, and they want to be there to capture.
Okay, but now I want to see this evidence, and they're gonna have to show this evidence in court now.
I've committed a breach and are constructing that narrative. Certain media are defaming me by mentioning prostitution without any basis. The agency demanded W2 billion KRW 20 in compensation and told me to leave the company. I have never agreed to it. Yet they still went ahead and told the press that the termination was confirmed. They're trying to unilaterally push me out of the team just because I was in a private setting with a well-known person. They demanded over W2 billion KRW as compensation while pushing for contract termination. Is this really how an agency that's supposed to protect its artists behaves? When I refused to accept the termination, they ignored the procedures outlined in the contract, sent me an official letter via mail stating it was terminated due to my fault.
He's
even
like
threatened
doing
me.
his role. Like he wants to call out, what do you have? Like, what makes you so confident that I solicited services?
He has nothing to lose.
With legal warnings
At
for
this point,
damages. Honestly, I'm really scared. But if I give up here, I think this society will become a place where people who have nothing can be crushed for things they didn't even do. Until now, I stayed silent, believing that the truth would come out. But seeing people try to destroy someone using things that never even happened, I realized I can't stay quiet anymore. I was unfairly kicked out of the team. The agency claims the contract was terminated without evidence. The media spread unconfirmed stories.
Also, I
bringing up
wonder too for the lady, she can call out, say this is slander, especially if it
Yes,
didn't
I
happen.
agree.
Now you're putting this on me.
Yeah.
This is gonna affect my image because I'm a public person.
She can
And
call slander for sure.
I can lose work for this. People may not want to work with me because I supposedly took down an idol. So if it's not true, even
Yes.
for her, it's her interest to come out to possibly sue the
She-
company
she
for slander.
Definitely
and
can sue
defamation.
someone. I don't know if the or maybe the
Mhm.
page, whoever reported
like-
prostitution, she can sue
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
just like how Jenny's brother is coming after anyone.
Jisoo.
Jisoo's brother is coming after.
What's going
these
on with that
claims.
case anyway?
I don't know, but for all the people, like all you see the idols, they always go after the people who are saying slanderous things about them. If this is not true, I should see her coming out saying,
She
"Hey,
should.
no, this is
You're
false."
absolutely right. She should come and sue somebody.
prostitution. And now I'm being labeled and hurt. No matter what happens, I will go all the way to reveal the truth. I hope this fight will become a small hope for someone else who's going through something similar. I'm gathering the courage to do this. Whew, that was heavy, but it's important we hear it fully, not just chopped up headlines, because this isn't just about a scandal. It's about power, control, and silencing idols. 100 didn't hold back either. They released an official statement denying Ju Haknyeon's claims. We deeply regret the one-sided false claims made by Ju Haknyeon. His actions harmed the team's image. We suspended his activities and legally terminated the exclusive contract under Article 6, Section 3, acts that damage the dignity of the artist and interfere with activities. They also said, if he continues to distort the facts, we will take strong legal action. We will no longer be releasing statements. The boys will continue activities without Ju
100 is
Haknyeon.
doing everything they need to do to protect themselves. So they gave him a chance. If you come out again and you say this and this is false, and we're saying that it's false, we're gonna sue you.
Basically,
No, I think he's suing them already. He's basically suing them to get relieved of the 2 billion won penalty. He is suing them. It's like how the KG suing Vicha to get released of the debt.
This last part where it says this company will no longer make any separate statements regarding him, so that now their interest is only to protect the remaining members.
Yes.
So if he comes out and say something, the company's gonna sue the false claims he's making.
Well, if the claims are false.
Well, for them to be so confident to say, if he comes out and say this again, we're gonna sue. So they're giving him a chance. They're calling him out.
shut down. No more talking. Done. Meanwhile, K-pop YouTuber Lee Jin-ho released a video saying, Haknyeon told the boys' members himself that he slept with Asuka Kurara. The agency only found out after a Japanese news outlet, Bunchun, contacted them with questions about it. Lee claimed that Haknyeon went to a private room with women after an awards show, and that the night involved drinking, intimacy, and a one-night stand. He said one of the women leaked this to the press. So while the agency acted fast, Haknyeon says it was based on gossip, not proof. At first, people were dragging Haknyeon, but after reading his full post, and especially that W2 billion KRW demand, opinions shifted. Wait,
So they saw
W2
him.
billion
Okay, but that he had sex, nobody's debating them having sex about prostitution.
No, but he went to a private room.
To have sex, yeah, what's the issue? You don't have sex in public, you go to a private room.
This is a private room, not like, I don't know. Private rooms, it sounds interesting. It sounds like you go to those places where I think that's what they do, and that's not okay.
In a motel,
Like,
get a room in a motel?
no. Listen. This sounds like the sun situation where, they have like the guys, they will get the girls and they
Okay.
connect the guys to the girls, and they will
Okay.
have it like in the club there.
Yeah, but the issue with Sun, it wasn't consensual. Here, this is consensual.
Consensual, but it's illegal, especially if it's paid.
Yeah, but don't know it's paid. They're saying they just went to the room to have sex. What's the problem with that?
No, you go to a private room. I don't know if
So
it's
so
free.
you're saying he
Why
should
is
have
it
sex
go
in
so?
public?
Why?
What?
No. I'm saying no. I say that it kind of leans toward, okay, I don't know if she's still active in doing these activities, but it does look like they were at a place where you can pay to do that. I just don't know because I'm not
Well,
there. I don't know the
how do
space.
you get
But
that
the
from
people,
this?
because the people
Where do
there,
you
the
get this that
people,
it looks like you can pay there for
no, because the
sex?
people say they all witnessed that and they saw that
They witnessed that he was with girls and then he went to the room to have sex.
for a
Where was
private show, probably that you pay for.
What? Where do you get the pay for part?
It was
That's
a
what I'm-
private show.
Where do you get the pay
Wait,
for?
go back to the statement.
I don't understand where you get the pay for part.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, they were drinking games and were in the intimate situation. They reported that they had physical contact, spent the night together before he joined the agency officials. Yes, they had sex. Okay.
Okay, use
The
very.
willingly twist to the press.
Also told members about his relationship and one night stand. So he clearly had sex with her. This is not a debate. He admitted that.
So while the agency acted fast, Haknyeon says it was based on gossip, not proof.
During the agency found out Ju had told the police that he had sex with her. Okay. In response, the agency said, right. So where's the... He had sex. That's a fact. Okay, I don't know if it's a fact. He has to come out and say it, but that's not up for debate here. The up for debate part is the prostitution. Where are we getting that?
At first, people were dragging Haknyeon, but after reading his full post, and especially that W2 billion KRW demand, opinions shifted. Wait, W2 billion KRW? That's way too much. Was it even that serious? If there's no confirmed illegal activity, why are they destroying his career? This feels like a punishment just for being seen with the wrong person. The mood went from scandal to this feels unfair. Let's be real, the K-pop system is harsh. Agencies have power, lawyers, PR teams.
I mean, the 2 billion is probably the same thing with how NewJeans members owe $50 million each if they breach the contract. It's just for him, it's 2 billion because maybe he's deeper in the contract than the NewJeans, and also he's not worth as much as NewJeans. So the amount itself is not like that shocking.
And networks. Idols. They often have nothing but their fandom. This case feels less like discipline and more like erasure.
I
Did
just
you
think
Haknyeon make a
that
dumb
them making the claim that it's prostitution is a big jump.
It is. It's
It's
very
a big
big
jump.
leap. It's very
I
big
don't
leap.
think people would take this leap
If they
if
didn't
they
have
have
proof.
yes, because that's
That's-
dangerous.
No, you're right. What you're saying makes sense. I agree, but
There's something that okay, they don't want to embarrass him more. Maybe they're trying to leave him to have some dignity. You know?
but would he be as adamant if there was proof and he was like he would care about his
because he
dignity?
doesn't
So
know what they got.
maybe, or maybe with the proof they have is not
'Cause
sufficient
obviously,
enough to
listen,
conclude to prostitution.
His members were disappointed. I'm like, damn, why did you make that move?
Honestly,
tells
they were
me-
jealous. They were not disappointed. Somebody was jealous and snitched on him to the agency.
Ah,
One of the guys was jealous because he was clearly
Oh my
bragging.
gosh.
He's like, "Oh, I slept with this porn star," and one of them was jealous because that's their favorite porn star from when they were a child.
Why? Come on.
I'm just telling you, that's what fucking happened.
Didn't they all go to the same event?
I don't
or was
know.
this him?
I don't know, but
Oh.
they got jealous. Why else would you snitch on your friend? Because he's not clearly. If you snitched, he's not a friend. Okay.
They said the boys were the ones. to
Yes,
say something?
the members snitched.
I think maybe they had to say something because if this information came out and they knew, they were gonna be also in trouble too, and they
I don't
didn't
know.
want that on them.
To me,
either.
that sounds like a hater. Whoever snitched is a
Well,
hater.
no, because they're trying to protect themselves. It's self-preservation. Because if you know something
I don't know.
and you never say anything, and they found out you knew,
And that's
you're gonna
exactly
be in
why I say
trouble.
K-pop idols are not friends. They're just fucking friend
Well,
would
yes,
never do that.
no,
A friend
but-
would never
well,
do
this
that.
Is not the toxic thing is to say that this is a friendship. This is work.
Yes, this is exact. So that's my point. Yes,
So don't
they're
penalize.
colleagues. They're
so
not
don't
friends.
be mad at them because they snitch.
Oh, you can
They
always be mad
protect.
at snitches.
They're protecting their
You can
job.
always be mad at snitches.
No.
dumb choice? Maybe. But was it illegal? Did it warrant being silenced, fired, and charged W2 billion? That's the question, fans. And now the courts will have to answer. Haknyeon says he's scared, but he's fighting. He's suing the agency. He's calling out the media. And he's standing up for his name and his future. This fight could go on for months, but no matter what side you're on.
Okay, so I guess we have another court case on our hands. It's gonna be interesting how this
My
develops.
gosh, nothing has been resolved. I haven't seen one story that we finished.
We
in the
hit
end.
Dale. Well, we
It's
have
not
we
finished.
okay. It's not
He-
technically
it's
finished.
not
We don't know
finished.
the punishment, but we know he's guilty. So
Okay. Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible. Bye.